Hi guys, this is a video that's going to give you a few exercises you can follow along with to stretch the back and give it more strength and support, maybe releasing any tension or pain you may have there. So we're going to start laying down on our backs with our knees bent, feet flat on the floor. And you want to have the spine in a neutral position. So the natural shape of a spine usually has, it kind of curves in and out and in and out. So the lower back usually has that curve in the lumbar spine. We want to support that curve. So placing the hands on the hips just to explore and make sure that you know what that neutral spine position would be for you. Holding onto the hips, you inhale, let the hips tilt forward. So the lower back lifts off the floor, the tailbone is still touching the floor, kind of pressing down. And then as you exhale, the belly button pulls in, the hips tilt back, the lower back is on the floor now. So move between those two positions. Inhale and exhale. And find a spot in between that feels comfortable, where the spine is lengthened. Each vertebrae has room. So anytime I reference a neutral spine, that's going to be what you're going to go to. So really get the feel for this position. We're going to take a little exercise, a little movement called falling bridge. So you're going to inhale here at center, and then exhale. You can take the arms out to the side with the palms down. Exhale the legs over to the right. Inhale them up to center, and exhale them to the left. Now you're not letting the legs fall down, and you're not briskly hoisting them up. It's a controlled movement, so the breath is helping you. Inhale, creating a lift in the body. Exhale, pulling the belly button in so that the abdomen is helping control the movement. You can also feel the feet pressing down into the floor, moving along with you, and being a part of the stabilization. The arms out to the side with the palms down can also be a part of that stabilization. You're just taking it as deep as it feels comfortable. So you're feeling a gentle twist in the spine. The shoulder blades are both resting on the floor the whole time. Now the next time you go over to the right, take the legs over to the right side, and you're going to stay there for a couple breaths. So you can stay here with the legs where they are, the hips where they are. If it's more comfortable, you can lift the hips up and stack the knees on top of each other. If that's too deep of a twist, you don't need to feel like you need to do it. You do want to let the shoulder blades be resting down toward the floor so that it is a full twist in the spine instead of just letting the upper back move with you. You feel your breath moving in the body gently and smoothly. And then when you're ready, you exhale, pull the belly button in. The left leg swings up to center, and then the right leg. You can adjust the hips as you need to and move to the left. Legs moving out to the left side, however far it feels comfortable. If you wanted to have something underneath the legs here, like a stack of books, blanket or a pillow or something that can give you support so you don't have to, accidentally go too deep. It can give you that that support you need, so that's an option. So go as far as it feels comfortable, feeling the shoulder blades reaching down to the floor. Everything is really gentle though, you don't force anything. when you're ready, the exhale pulls the belly button in, right leg comes to center, left leg comes to center. You adjust the hips if you need to. And we're gonna go into a pose called bridge pose. And you may have heard of this, you may have done it in different forms of exercise. A lot of times people will use it as a glute exercise, and we are going to do the opposite. We are going to focus on releasing the glutes and let the movement, the lift, come from the upper body, the rib cage, and the breath. So the reason for that is that sometimes when we squeeze our glutes, the pressure is put on our sacrum, our lower back. So it can cause some pinching there, so we want to try to avoid that. So with the arms bent, elbows are pressing into the floor, really bring the arms in close. Lift the chest if you need to, so you can hug the arms in. The feet are about hip width apart. They're not super close to the glutes. They're not super far away, and you're going to want to make adjustments once you get in there possibly, so just be wary of your knees. But the arms press down, feet press down. You're going to take a few breaths here, where the exhale draws the belly button in, keep the belly engaged, and then inhale, lengthen the spine, fill the rib cage so that it's reaching up to the ceiling. So every exhale reminds you to keep the core stable. Every inhale is trying to expand the rib cage as if you're filling up a balloon in the rib cage. Now, if it feels comfortable, you can press through the arms, press through the feet, heels and toes, and lift the rib cage up, letting the hips lift up with you. So you can see that my rib cage is higher than my hips are. Normally people will go into pushing the hips up and turning it into a glute exercise. We're letting the hips just kind of hang a little bit. You make sure the belly button is pulled in so that you're not putting a bunch of weight on the lower back. So this pulling in is protecting this. The arms and feet press down, and with every inhale, you again fill up the rib cage, reach it up high, and exhale, stabilize the core, ground down through the floor. Try to relax the neck, try not to have the shoulders up to the ears, so they're pressed down. Feel the inner knees drawing toward each other. Take one more inhale here, lengthening the spine, lifting the ribs, and then exhale, release the hips down. Take the arms away from you. Feet walk away, knees collapse in, and just take a few breaths here. Every exhale is fully emptying out the body. Let go of any air that you can. And every inhale is really gentle but full. The last thing we're going to do is bring the feet underneath you and keep that neutral spine. Bringing the right leg off the floor, you're going to hold on to the top of the shin. If the knee comes a little closer to the chest, that's okay, but the goal is not to pull the knee into the body. The goal is actually to hug the femur bone straight down into the hip socket. So you're trying to keep the leg as perpendicular to the floor as you can. As you inhale, you maintain that neutral spine instead of giving in to the tendency of pressing the low back down into the floor. So you feel that deep connection with the leg into the hip. Shoulders are softening into the floor. Spine is lengthened. And then we'll take gentle circles with the leg. Small movement, still feeling that hugging motion of the arms pulling the leg straight down into the hip. And you can reverse the direction of the circle. Still maintaining your neutral spine. And then when you're ready, you can release the foot down and we'll switch. Neutral spine as the left leg lifts up. Femur bone is about perpendicular to the floor. Maintaining that lengthened feeling in the spine and the chest as you hug the leg down into the hip. Shoulders relax down. No tension in the neck. Then you can go ahead and take circles with the leg. Still letting the hands push the leg down. Being careful of the knee, so you don't want to necessarily push right on the knee. It's more just below the knee. And then reverse the circle, maintaining your neutral spine. If it's hard to get your arms that far, you can use like a jacket and just wrap the jacket around it and use the sleeves, hold on to the sleeves, or a TheraBand or some sort of strap or belt. And then when you're ready, you can release it down, roll the body to one side, and roll up to a seat, and you're all done.